Right, my turn to follow Dale now. We've agreed I'm going to try and follow a little more closely. Although, as you can probably see, his rear camera's not there today. Again, we've just had a few technical difficulties today. As you can see, my sat-nav is blinking. I updated the software, I think version 5.2 a couple of days ago, and as usual when you do this, I don't know whether it just takes a little while to settle down, but it's let me down rather today. It keeps going into like a spasm. But I've memorised the route anyway, more or less. We might have to ad-lib a little bit later on.
Always good for me to get the box seat in the masterclass watching Dale. Everything he does is for a reason. Said to me a while back that he's never anywhere on the road by accident. So we're heading down through RAF Lynham now, which used to be the home of the Royal Air Force's transport aircraft, in particular the C-130, but I think it was 2011 when it was basically closed as an RAF base. It's now just an MOD training facility. And the aircraft have gone to Bryce Norton in Oxfordshire. But I imagine it's along this road that those troops would have been repatriated. You remember in Remembrance Day. Well, full respect to them, full respect to any of you who subscribe to this channel who have served in the armed forces. My father was a Lancaster pilot, so you have my full and utmost admiration and respect. Talking to a guy in Sainsbury's a couple of days ago who used to be an armourer on the Jaguar aircraft. He said, "Oh, I was only an armourer," and I was just trying to encourage him really that no matter what job you do in the armed forces, you know, you serve. So my position today, again, I just want to try and a bit of a compromise as usual between trying to replicate, emulate Dale's lines on the road, but also just be conscious of the fact that sometimes he does need a rear view. And the fact that he's riding ahead of me like this essentially means I actually don't need the same view that he's got, because in effect he's my eyes in this situation. Well, we do have following traffic. Sheepdog, keep that car in, don't even give them the opportunity to move out and squeeze me against the curb. And I suspect we're coming up an RAF or MOD line as it is on the right hand side now, looking at that chain link fencing and razor wire. Yeah, no doubt. So out towards the crown of the road, just to open up the view around the left-hander, and now the opposite into the curb to open up the view around the right. Dale will keep away from this white lorry here. So one thing we did discuss before the ride was that we'd ride just a little closer together today. On the basis that he's a good enough rider to get out of trouble if I cause any. Probably halfway between where my normal position is, where you've seen me videoing, and maybe what a following position would be if I was going to overtake him. Interesting looking gadget there. Car with a drop top and someone with a crash helmet on. Noticed there Dale very deliberately checking his mirrors, and it's something I watched with the Leicestershire Police actually on bike safe. These guys, they don't rush the lifesaver. They don't do it just so they can tick I've done the lifesaver box, rather like I do. But they take a good look, and it's only when they've got the information they need that they actually then have consciously decide what they're going to do next. In which case there it was actually getting up to speed out of the into the 50 zone. Whereas for me, so much of the time I do the lifesavers if imagine I've got somebody following me who wants to see me doing a lifesaver. So I think this is the A3102 between Wootton Bassett and Lynham. I think just coming out of Lynham now, so probably heading now down towards Cairn actually. And here we are, Cairn. We shall be going anti-clockwise around Cairn. Speed first, then gear. So I've gone into town mode now, which basically means staying in touch with the vehicle in front, who just happens to be Dale, but it could be anything. Being a bit zippier. Lifesavers whenever I pass a junction or move or change position in the road. And 1 foot down, front brake on into neutral if I'm going to be stopped for any length of time. And again, you'll see how quickly Dale's slowly into a roundabout, but he's very quickly out, if it's safe to do so. So if you notice, he's well away from this white car here. And consequently, so am I. Bit of a split decision there whether I went with that van, but I felt I was carrying enough speed to get through safely.
Yeah, the sat-nav keeps flicking between that screen and the sort of data screen for some reason. Notice Dale's having a really good look around the bike there, almost 360 degrees. 2 feet down. Failed one on my test there. You can't see here, there's actually a hill that sort of goes obviously downhill in front of me, but also to the right, just slightly off balance, so I'd rather look inelegant than drop my bike. Again, if you watch the lifesavers here, when this light goes green, watch him making his observations. You can't see those from his normal camera position because his camera's fixed to his bike. If you watch his head now, keep your eye on that red light. Nothing jerky or rushed about it. All very measured, he'll take as long as he needs. Now we have the additional complication, the lady who's just got into this red car. And she's indicating. Thank you. Lifesaver because I'm changing position. Go left on the 3102, yeah? Right. And then we basically want Melksham and then Semington, yeah? I think Melksham, I think it's a series of probably 4 or 5 roundabouts this side of the town, actually, yeah? As usual, we're trying to combine advanced riding with
navigation on completely new roads. It's there's a lot going on. I think I learnt last time I did a software upgrade on the sat-nav, I actually physically had to remove the battery and put it back in again, just to cut out the nonsense. Very smooth that, wasn't it? And the line of the hedge gives us the line of the road here. Little tip one of the officers gave me on Bike Safe was when you run over one of those slow signs on a right-hander, you use the S to ride over, and on a left-hander use the W to ride over. Just gives you the line. I thought, well, it's good enough for you, mate, it's good enough for me. Up to 40. No need to brake. So I'm going to bring this blue car behind me down using acceleration sense, and he's backed off a little bit. NSL. As you saw, Dale couldn't open up fully there because his speed's being controlled by the red car ahead of him. No chance for an overtake here because of the double white line system. Nice view of the overtake there. Not quite sure if that was the driveway then, so I just left it. And just because that white van's come up ahead, I know I can't go overtake there. So we're just skirting the town of Melksham now, a place I've never been to before. Amazing how the motorbike takes you places you've never been before, and the list of places I've never been before has extended significantly since I got the RT. Okay, so we're out of Wiltshire now headed towards Semington, and the I think it's called the Somerset Arms. Down towards Westbury. Different kinds of roads today for our Wiltshire ride. Not the sort of flowing lanes across the plains, as it were. But quite a bit of urban. Quite a few little sort of technical challenges being thrown in as well.